really quick. Let's go to the next thing, though, which is the big thing. So we have I meant to do this last week, but scroll up. No, other way. Back up. So we have Ashley St. Clair here, who I don't know if some of you are aware. She's I was a supposed conservative political commentator, primarily on X. She gave birth to Elon Musk's almost a year ago at this point. I think it was back in May of 2024. So what? Almost a year ago, she gave birth to his, was it son? New baby into the world. And she posted this, and it went super viral. And there's an update. But I'm going to give you guys a bit of background for the panel and any viewers who are not privy to it. So she posted that. Everyone freaked out on social media. There's a whole bunch of discourse about it. Tab over to the next one. Well, here's the big thing, right? Okay, so she didn't get attention from Elon Musk on Valentine's Day. The man who has multiple baby mamas and like 14 children. And so she went public on Twitter on Valentine's Day. Or was it the day before? I don't know. It was Valentine's Day, I think. And put him on blast. And let's pull up that thing, though, because she got a lot of criticism. Pull it back up. So she deleted this, but she wrote, now, mind you, she's chasing this guy after for like millions of dollars of child support. She filed a lawsuit against him. Scroll down just a little more. So she wrote back in 2022, Kamala can't help herself from bending over for men to get ahead. Scroll back up. And then she deleted the post, but we had it. So it's kind of just interesting. Ashley St. Clair, conservative, like she was prior to this advising to be, traditional relationships are superior, blah, blah, blah. But then she like goes and gets knocked up by the world's richest man, knowing that he's not going to be like the dutiful, like, gonna take my son to baseball practice. Like the dude is like involved in the current presidential administration, and he runs multiple billion-dollar companies. So it's just kind of interesting, like that, like this person espousing like trad values, but she's like, here's the guy she's going to choose to get knocked up with, and now he like gave her a Tesla. He bought he's paying for her like $40,000 Manhattan penthouse apartment, paying millions of dollars in child support. Pull up the next one. There's some other damning tweets. I think she writes in December of 2023, I think family court is the most evil institution ever. Mind you, she's currently in family court. Well, she brought it to family court with Elon Musk, despite him having an informal agreement with her, paying her millions of dollars a year in child support and probably other sort of benefits. But she wants more because she's greedy. Next. There's no sin as cruel as alienating a child from a parent, seeing so much of this everywhere. So this is relevant because she's filing for sole custody of the child, which seems like it would be alienating towards Elon Musk. Now, disregarding the fact that she chose to get knocked up by a man who doesn't seem like he has a lot of time to, between his 14 other children, his 5 other baby mamas, running multiple billion-dollar companies, and also being involved in the administration, the government administration. Next. Oh, and then in that little thing at the beginning, she said, please respect my privacy. The very next day or some days after, she does a tell-all with the New York Post, which is a kind of almost a tabloid. So she does a sit-down interview in her $40,000 per month penthouse apartment in New York with some journalists from the New York Post. Kind of like weird that she asked for privacy, but then does this next. Okay, here we go. So here's the update. Scroll up. I'm going to read it. So this is from Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer says, gold digger and professional gaslighter Ashley St. Clair was caught on camera outside of her ritzy Manhattan condo, paid for by her sugar daddy, Elon Musk. She's selling her $100,000 Tesla she said was gifted to her by Elon Musk during their romantic relationship. She said she's selling it to make up for $100,000 in alleged cuts to her child support payments from Elon. She took a jab at Elon Musk, scroll down, telling people to check the Tesla stock, adding, "I'm not the only one cleaning up after Elon's messes. Ashley, as I reported, has hired anti-Trump lawyers to sue Elon Musk. He was ordered by the court to take a paternity test." So go full screen on that video. We're going to, okay. And then go to the video tab. That's just one up. That's not, it should be 9. Or wait, 1, 2, maybe 3 actually. Video tab. 3. No. It's just above the window tab. So the button for the window tab, it's just one above it. No. Now you're out of F11. Okay, here, just do this. Look at the scenes in OBS. There's a videos tab. No, it's scenes. Do you see where it says window? Yeah. It's videos tab. It's right above it. Just click it. No. Up. Just up. Yep. Okay, that's it. All right. Full screen the video, and then start it from the beginning. And then press play.
I'm selling it because I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support.
Why do you think that he did that?
That's a great question for him.
You feel like he was sort of like vindictive against you in some way?
Yeah, that's his modus operandi when women speak out.
When was the last time that you spoke to him or tried to speak to him?
February 13th.
But he's just not responding to you at all. And how would you characterize the way that he's going about you in the
You can check the stocks. I'm not the only one who's cleaning up after his messes.
We're not going to get you.
Carvana. Look at that. All right, pause that. Cool. So there's a few more things to go over, but I do want to get, I guess, the panel's opinion on this whole thing. Just one quick note, though. You'll note that Ashley St. Clair, she's not particularly famous. Like, aside from her having a child with Elon Musk, she's not famous. So she's asking for privacy in this whole matter. I don't know if you guys know like what the Kardashians did or like people in Hollywood did when it came to celebrities. They call the paparazzi on themselves. So this is like a really weird thing for her to do because like there's not paparazzi just like hanging outside her building hoping to get the shot of Ashley St. Clair out in the street. She calls the paparazzi on herself and is like, hey, come do it. But like trying to frame it like it's a paparazzi moment. That's kind of weird. But so what do you guys think? Of everything, and then just also she's getting millions of dollars a year in child support, but she has to sell her Tesla to because the child support payments aren't enough. It's at least the Tesla component selling it. It just seems like a kind of vindictive move to try to be like, well, fuck Elon, basically. But your thoughts?
Actually, I totally agree with that. I think that honestly, okay, look at like for her to sell the Tesla and like calling the like paparazzis, obviously it was just so Elon could see it on TV and be like, she gave away the fucking car I gave her. Like, and that's really what I think about it because I've actually never heard of her. The only baby mama I know of Elon's is Grimes.
Oh,
so yeah,
everything she's doing seems very intentional. It's
100%
for money, for attention
for sure.
And if 60% of her child support is $100,000, babies don't cost that much. She doesn't need all that. She wants more, not for the child, but for her.
Sure. Any thoughts?
Really, it's kind of just dumb situation.
Dumb, like,
yeah.
How's it dumb?
Kind of just the whole thing. Like, you got into that situation, you should handle it amicably. Like, maybe she has to involve the press to get some sort of reaction from him, which I could understand, but...
You understand the press involvement?
Well, maybe if he's really just not paying attention, I could see why she would go to that length. I'm not saying that I agree with it at all.
I mean, so prior to, well, there's a lot of like other components to it, but prior to her going public with this, it was handled totally privately. He's a busy guy. I'm assuming he was pretty upfront, even if he wasn't upfront, which I assume he was, there's some pretty clear things. The fact that he's a billionaire, the fact that he's involved in multiple, like CEO of multiple companies. This is not going to be a guy who's like insanely involved. And he's got like 4 other baby mamas and 14 other kids. Like, I don't think going into that situation as a woman, you can reasonably expect that this guy's going to be there every single day. Like,
she made her choice.
Yeah, she made a choice to be involved with this guy, and then now that she's dissatisfied with the choice she made, it's like, oh, now I'm going to go public. It was being handled privately. I think it's terrible in any sort of relationship situation to like ever go to the press or go public with stuff, especially when the guy's paying like hundreds of thousands a month, millions a year in child support. But you think it's justified?
No, I've never said I think it's justified. I'm
Well,
just trying
I
to
guess you said
rationalize
you
why
understood,
she would
but-
do it, why she would take that step. But frankly, I 100% agree with what you
Sure.
said.
Okay. Any thoughts?
My take is that this whole dumpster fire could be avoided if people would just stop sleeping with other people that they're not willing to parent a child with.
True.
Yeah.
True.
She made her
Period.
choice.
Period.
So, basically, Elon, I love that you love babies, but you need to chill, dude. You need to stop. You need to be a dad if you're going to make more babies. You need to be a present father. Because that's what our society is, pushes this idea of just sleeping around with people, and you forget that creates children. And if you're sleeping with someone, you have to take responsibility for the fact that you might be a parent to the child that you create. So,
Yep.
Elon, that's for you.
What about, anything for Ashley though?
No, I mean, obviously we don't know everything that's going on in the situation. I agree that she's probably trying to take advantage of him and trying to gain popularity from the situation. No, also Ashley, don't sleep with people you're not willing to have a child with and raise a child with. That's also for her.
Here's another factor I forgot. She had a kid before, so this is baby daddy number 2.
I thought you said she was like a Christian conservative commentator.
Alleged.
Well, not Christian. I don't think she's Christian. But she's
Like, what the heck
That's
is
the
going
word on
on?
the street.
not Christian, but she's conservative.
I'm actually
She's not.
confused about your position. I wonder if you can help me out here. You said that Elon shouldn't be with this Ashley because he's not willing to raise a child with her, right? So he shouldn't be impregnating her.
Well, my take is basically that you shouldn't sleep around with people unless you're ready to be responsible for the child that you create,
But he is
potentially.
being responsible. For the
He's
child.
not being a present father, though. I mean, he's doing what's expected. I think that it's not great, though. I don't think it's a great situation that a child is without both of their parents living together with them, and obviously that's sometimes unavoidable. But no, in general, I mean, this whole situation would have been solved if he wasn't
But
sleeping
this
with a ton of
is-
women.
I mean, I don't know how you can put this on Elon Musk, though, right? He basically just had.
Oh, it's on both of them.
Well, it just seems like it's on her to me. He just ordered a prostitute's womb, right? I mean, that's what he did. He ordered it up, put a baby in there, and then made an arrangement for money, right? I mean, that's essentially what happened here.
And that's bad. Both of them should not be doing that.
Yeah, but
I mean,
why was St. Clair an afterthought to you? And it was directed
well,
at Musk.
because he has 14 children now. Are any of them the same baby mama?
Yeah.
Do we know? They are. Well, this is a repeated thing that he continues to do, so that's why I addressed it to him specifically.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not possible. So women are the gatekeepers of sex, and they're the gatekeepers of the womb. In this particular case,
What do you mean by that?
Basically, well, it means that unless you're in some barbaric nation, you are not. I mean, you get to choose your sexual partner, right? You get to choose who impregnates you.
Right, and so does he. I mean, he's
Yeah,
like
right, I
choosing
understand, but
choosing to have sex
But
with this person.
absent, yeah, but right, but absent womb, right? Elon Musk can't do anything, and so the thing.
Well, it
is
takes
like,
two to create a child.
He's basically ordering up a womb. He's
that's
just
wrong.
ordering it up like he would on Amazon, right? He's ordering.
Yeah,
up a
and that's
womb,
why I'm
he's
saying it's
ordering up
wrong.
the mother.
Yeah, and that's awful. I
Now,
hate
I'm not
that.
saying what he's doing is right. I'm just saying that I don't know why St. Clair is an afterthought. Like, yeah, I guess that's wrong too. It's like, it seems like to me like the person who would sell the womb is literally setting their child up for failure. Like, some worst form of motherhood I could ever think of.
You're saying that it's mostly her fault.
Yeah.
No, it's both of their faults. Both of them chose to engage in sexual behaviors with each other. Both of them took on the risk of creating a child, and both of them should have been equally responsible for the child that they create.
Yeah, so in this case, though, they have an arrangement, right? The arrangement is, I'm going to pay X amount of dollars per month on behalf of this child. I want to have a child, right? But I'm not always going to be present for this child. That's my end of this contract, right? That we're about to sign. She says, sure, that sounds like a wonderful contract. She signs it. He seems like he's keeping up his end of the contract here, and she's not keeping up her end of the contract.
Are you saying that, I don't know much about the situation, did he intentionally want to have a child with her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, yeah, that's messed up. No, I still think it's equally messed up on both of their parts. That both of
but
them.
how could it be if they both enter into this agreement, right? So they both enter into the agreement, and he's keeping up his end of the agreement. She's not keeping up her end of the agreement.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm talking about specifically the fact that I'm talking about before all of the drama that's happening now. They both were in error to intentionally engage in activities that could create a child and not be as present as a parent, both of them, as they could be for that child. I mean,
Yeah, so the
after stuff, the stuff that she's doing afterwards, yes, that is her fault. I mean, obviously we don't know everything.
A woman who wants to get impregnated by a very rich and powerful man for only the purposes of media clout and relevancy is a pretty horrible fucking person. I would say that person is much worse than even the person who's impregnating her, especially since he's doing it only from the angle of, so in Musk's mind, he's saying, I want to spread my seed far and wide. It's part of his, quote, mating strategy, right? That he has as much offspring as possible so that his genetics live on. And he can afford to do so because he's the richest man on planet Earth. So he essentially rents out these women's uteruses, and they prostitute their uteruses out in exchange for money. And they sign a contract with him essentially to do so beforehand. And it's like, it seems to me like women could really guard against this.
Or he could just stop doing this as well.
unnecessary.
Like, I don't understand. Like, yes, it's bad. You shouldn't be.
Yeah, but why is it a problem for
Like,
him to
yes,
do
there's-
it, right? He doesn't care. Like, what could you do to
Because
Musk?
there's a child that you have to consider. You have to consider that there's this child involved that is going to be without a present father, and that is 100% his fault. He should not be intentionally creating children that he's not willing to be a responsible parent to. So yes, the intentions might be different behind why they are trying to have this child, and I will agree with you that maybe she did do it to get famous, but that doesn't change the fact that both of them were equally in the wrong, because both of their decisions equally impact the child in the same way, and the fact that the child is not going to have present parents, and that they are intentionally creating a child to put them in a bad situation. So
Well, first
equally
of all,
both
it
of them are
couldn't
bad.
equally be the case, because in this case, he's the one who provides the entirety of the support, right? Not her. He does. So in the aspect of the provide role, he's at least doing the provide role. She's not even accommodating her mother role, right? She's not even accommodating that right from the outset. She makes sure there's not going to be a present father in this kid's life right from the outset.
Yeah, I'm not saying
She does
that.
this via agreement. It's like, that's
Right.
insane to me.
No, I'm not saying that
Definitely not
she's
equal.
yeah, I'm not saying that now they're equal. I'm not saying that they're equally in the wrong now. Obviously, she's trying to take advantage of him based off of what we've seen. But before all this happened, that's my whole point, is that all of this could have been avoided if both of them had just not gotten into this terrible agreement to begin with. Because no matter if she broke the agreement itself from the beginning was bad, and they were both equally wrong to agree on having a child in a situation where the child was not going to have present parents. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you that both are doing a functionally immoral thing. What I'm looking at is who has more legitimate irresponsibility or responsibility for the behavior thus far. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, yeah,
And it
now,
seems to me
currently,
that
yes.
St. Clair is 100% in the wrong here, and has been from the outset. And that at least he's holding up to his contractual end, where she's not even doing that, right?
Right. No, I agree with you now that she is definitely like in the wrong. Is not doing the right thing. I'm talking about from the start. This whole thing would have been avoidable if they weren't both idiots with how they're engaging in activities that create children.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but there was never any dispute that that's an immoral category, right? We're just talking about
some people
agency
clearly think it is moral.
It was brought up as though it was St. Clair was brought up secondary. You're like, I'm talking to you, Elon. I'm like, what? What?
I was specifically talking about how the behaviors that led to this whole situation could have been avoided if both of them did not do that, because he clearly does this with many women. So yeah, it's a problem.
All right. Any reactions on?
I feel like you covered quite a bit. So I think that I agree. Like a lot of this can be avoided if you wait till marriage.
Anybody here?
It definitely seemed like an attention stunt. Whether it was for Elon Musk directly or for other women to be like, oh my gosh, she's such a victim. There's so much wrong that he did, and.
Okay. Anything from you or?
I think that Ashley St. Clair's got a lot of cojones I'm not in any way, in any shape, any form near the amount of notoriety that she is. And I think that I kind of agree with you in a sense where like he needs to be able to raise the kid too. He needs to know that when, the action's happening. But I don't know how, like, I'm scared to even show my new car wrap to people. I don't even want people to know what kind of car I'm in, let alone where my apartment is, doing an interview. I don't know that to me. But then again, I guess everyone has their own comfort with privacy, I guess.
Sure. Do you want to be like baby mama number 5 or 6?
So Elon Musk? No, not after the trajectory.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
He's like, okay, I'll pay you $100,000.
He's not going to be there, and I that's going to be a tough deal for me.
I mean, $100,000 a month.
$100,000 a month. I mean, I could live off a penny.
You could stop the.
You have to think about the child.
The courtesan shit.
There's an innocent child involved in this.
But then there's a kid with no baby, and eventually, I'm going to try to the thing is if he's not there, I'm the type that is okay, well, we need to get somebody there or father there. So then he's going to be like, why are you picking another man to father my son? I'm like, you ain't here, man. I don't know. So yeah.
Let's go back to the window tab. Oh, here, I need you to go back to the other tab, like the Ashley St. Clair thing. I wanted to finish up on that. Let me know when you have it. Guys, like the video if you're enjoying the stream. Like the video. Perfect. All right.
By the way, Brian, this is This is essentially, I've always had a theory that I wanted to run by you about St. Clair and these. So I think that there's a lot of women in right-wing media who get very upset because they don't get what they consider to be their due and proper respect at right-wing media from the men, and they hatch revenge plots. They actually hatch revenge plots in order to get these backsies at the right-wingers in these media and do shit like this. Ashley St. Clair, Lauren Southern. I have endless examples of women doing this. I wanted to see what your take was on that.
Are these women, though, you're saying it's conservative women? Because I don't think Ashley St. Clair or Lauren Southern are conservative.
They might part of conservative.
They LARP.
Part of conservative media, and at least marketed themselves as being part of conservative media or right-wing media. And
okay, sure.
Like there's a revenge plot or revenge aspect to it of them doing shit like this.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen this before. You mentioned Lauren Southern. I don't know if you recognize this name, Sydney Watson. But these women are feminists. They're feminists. They're not particularly conservative. I mean, Lauren Southern slept with Destiny, right? Allegedly? Yeah. Allegedly.
That's not alleged anymore.
Oh, it's confirmed. Okay.
Oh yeah, more than.
I don't know. How are you going to be like a trad conservative Republican and fuck blue-haired leftist Destiny? That's kind of crazy. But
yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I mean.
But she loved him for his brilliant mind, Ryan.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I guess there's been a bunch of conservative women.
Fake conservative
fake
women.
fake
Not real.
conservatives.
We don't
and,
claim that.
Anyone can hatch revenge. They're falling into lust.
Yeah. Let's finish up the. Actually, wait. But no, I mean, Andrew, it is a good point. Like the vindictiveness. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even really understand. And there's a whole bunch of like stuff we left out. Like, for example, I'll just add one other thing. Ashley St. Clair, her communications between herself and Elon Musk were done on this app called Signal. And on Signal, you can't screenshot it. Or I guess maybe it sends like a notification if you. I haven't used it, but you can't screenshot on Signal, and the chats disappear after. I guess you can set it to 24 hours, 12 hours, whatever. So he was communicating with her on Signal, and she was using a secondary phone, taking photos of the conversations on Signal with Elon Musk, and where it's like there's an implied component of these are going to be private conversations. We're not going to be, and she leaked all of those in her lawsuit. She leaked it to the press, and that's super despicable. And mind you, she didn't release all the conversations. She only released the conversations which tended to, I don't even think they really made her look good or were exculpatory in any sort of way. Released some of them that kind of made her look a little better, made him look a bit more culpable. So
it's all intentional.
And I'm pretty sure she was in the hospital. One of these screenshots that she took, or photos that she took from a secondary phone of their private, intended to be private communications, she took it on the day she gave birth.
That's crazy.
Like she's in the hospital. She's at least that's what is indicated. She's in the hospital bed, and she's like plotting against Elon Musk, like. Even before there was, and this is even before there was any sort of conflict, she was taking screenshots going way back of their communications when things were good, and she was trying to get a second kid. She wanted another kid from him. It's wild. There's so much to it. We're not going to get into all of it. Let me just wrap up really quick on this. Scroll down. So Laura Loomer, I forgot. Scroll down. Elon Musk responds to Laura Loomer, and he says, I don't know if the child is mine or not, but I'm not against finding out. No court order is needed. Scroll down a bit. Despite not knowing for sure, I've given Ashley $2.5 million so far, and that's... The kid's been alive for less than a year, and he's sending her $500,000 a year. And then scroll down just a little bit. She responds, Elon, we asked you to confirm paternity through test before our child, who you named, was even born. You refused. Hit show more.
He gave $2.5 million when the paternity was...
No. Show more.
Okay.
Yeah. And you weren't sending me money. You were sending support for your child that you thought was necessary. Well, yeah, that's... Oh my God, bro, this girl.
Oh, okay.
Sending me money. Yeah, the mother gets the money. And then he was also paying for a $40,000 apartment. She got a Tesla. I think he was paying for her security detail. So like, she was getting the money. So I don't know what that's about. Until you withdrew most of it to maintain control and punish me for disobedience. I don't know what most of it means in this context, but you're really only punishing your son. He's claiming he's still paying her. He's already paid her $2.5 million, and he's agreed to pay her $500,000 a year. Okay. I'm sorry. She's set for she could stop working. She's set for life.
Yeah, she is.
Just off the child support. You don't need $500,000 a year to raise a kid.
You don't.
She continues though by saying it's ironic that your last effort in court. Scroll down. It's ironic that your last effort in court was to try to gag me while you use a social media channel you literally own to distribute derogatory messages about me and our child to the entire world. It's all about control with you, and everyone can see it. America needs you to grow up, you petulant man-child. And then I'll read this one from Laura Loomer. Ashley, you don't need $3 million to raise a baby. This is so outrageous that you had sex without birth control. You seem to have plotted for many years how to get Elon Musk to knock you up. There's just some context here. There's some screenshots of her old tweets saying, kind of pointing towards her, there's premeditation when it comes to her pursuing Elon Musk. And so there's some kind of damning tweets that she put out a while ago, and also messages. You're complaining because you want more money for a baby. In what world does it cost more than $500,000 a year to raise a baby? Yeah. Excuse me, guys. Not to mention, you are making over $25,000 a month on X payments. How does one person need that much money to survive? This is an insult to everyone. Scroll down. You're trying to cash out on a billionaire who you baby trapped. Okay, there it is. Laura Loomer doing some pretty good reporting on all that. Is
anyone actually falling for her stuff? Like, is anyone on her side? I can't see how anyone could
There's some. There's definitely some, but I think a lot of people are like,
they see through.
They're kind of like calling her out a little bit.
There's a lot we don't know too.
That's true.
Yeah, so. I think we know enough.
He knows. I think that he knew
from everything he's showed us so far. I can't imagine how anyone could be falling for what she's saying and doing.
They must have done a paternity test or something to confirm the baby was his, because $2.5 million just immediately given. Like, that's just a lot. Like I feel like he knows, like, it's solidified, it's his. But yeah, that's wow.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they got to do a paternity test. They got to do. It might not be his. That's a fucking Jerry Springer moment right there. All right, well, we're going to move on.
If the baby isn't his, like that poor child.
I know.
Wait, what's that?
The poor kid. Like, obviously, it's getting monetary money, like just money and stuff, and it's probably going to have some Ferrari when it turns 16 or whatever. But it needs a present father, as you stated before. I was raised in a very wealthy household, but I was very, very blessed that my father chose me over work every single day.
But I mean, are you? Is that's more so the fault of Ashley St. Clair, though?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not her fault. I actually think it's stupid of her to sue this dude when she's making money, and I also feel like it was stupid of them both to have sex.
Okay, all right. We are going to move on to the next topic.